mother. I am a mother to 4 black children. The murder of George Floyd. I hurt like a mother would hurt. And on yesterday, when I heard there were rumors about violent protests in Atlanta, I did what a mother would do. I called my son and I said, "Where are you?" I said, "I cannot protect you, and black boys shouldn't be out today. So you're not going to out-concern me and out-care about where we are in America." I wear this each and every day, and I pray over my children each and every day. So what I see happening on the streets of Atlanta is not Atlanta. This is not a protest. This is not in the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. This is chaos. A protest has purpose. When Dr. King was assassinated, we didn't do this to our city. So if you love this city that has had a legacy of black mayors and black police chiefs and people who care about this city, where more than 50% of the business owners in Metro Atlanta are minority business owners. If you care about this city, then go home and pray that somebody like Reverend Beasley will come and talk to you and give you some instructions on what a protest should look like and how you effectuate change in America. This police chief made a video on yesterday, pull it up on YouTube, where she said she was appalled to watch the murder of George Floyd. This woman did that. You're not honoring the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. and the civil rights movement. You're not protesting anything, running out with brown liquor in your hands, breaking windows in this city. T.I. and Killer Mike own half the West Side. So when you burn down this city, you're burning down our community. If you want change in America, go and register to vote. Show up at the polls on June 9th. Do it in November. That is the change we need in this country. You are disgracing our city. You are disgracing the life of George Floyd and every other person who has been killed in this country. We are better than this. We're better than this as a city. We are better than this as a country. Go home. Go home. In the same way I can protect my son on yesterday, I cannot protect you out in those streets. You're throwing knives at our police officers. You are burning cars. You have defaced the CNN building. Ted Turner started CNN in Atlanta 40 years ago because he believed in who we are as a city. There was a black reporter who was arrested on camera this morning who works for CNN. They are telling our stories, and you are disgracing their building. This is not the legacy of civil rights in America. This is chaos, and we're buying into it. This won't change anything. We're no longer talking about the murder of an innocent man. We're talking about how you're burning police cars on the streets of Atlanta, Georgia. Go home.
Okay, so you just heard that babble by the mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. And the title suggests they love black women like Keisha Lance Bottoms. And the reason why I say that is because with everything you just heard, You can tell this woman does not have a fighting spirit in her whatsoever. And this is the type of black woman that they would love, that they love to put out into the forefront. If they're not putting someone like her out there, they're going to put someone out there like polyester and cubic zirconia or the Coonstress. Those are the type of black women they love to put out in the forefront. They'll never put someone out there like a Shahrazad Ali type, or a Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, or an Asada Shakur. They would never, ever, ever dare put someone out there like that. They need to put out a mammy. Yes, I'm calling Keisha Lance Bottoms a mammy. Out there to try to calm down all the people and do it in her tone. And by the way, that police chief that she bigged up that you heard in the audio, that's a palm-colored woman that she gave all this praise to. Then she mentioned Ted's Freddie Gray when you had that mother, another black woman, come out there and beat on her son on national television and emasculate him in front of all those people. That woman literally beat the warrior spirit out of him that day. Keisha Lance Bottoms basically just did the same thing with her son. One thing many black women are going to have to understand is when it comes to your sons, they have a natural warrior spirit in them. That when they see danger, it's a natural warrior instinct to go and face that danger, especially if they know it's going to be a conflict that could come to them. Now, what if Keisha Lance Bottoms, what if you were in danger? Would you sit there and tell him to sit and pray about it? To let God handle it? No. And it's crazy because you have a lot of black women out here who swear up and down that black men do not protect them. But you have people like Keisha Lance Bottoms, who I'm guessing is very highly degreed, who's going to tell her son not to go out there and to stay home. Like, how does this work? How does this protection thing work? Somebody please explain that to me. I'm like, if you claim you need all this protection, but you're beating the warrior spirit out of your sons, then why don't you pick up a goddamn gun and you go and protect your damn self? And don't even worry about your nails looking pretty that day. If they pop off that day using that trigger finger, so be it. Then she had to bring in Dr. King as usual. This woman literally just became a Negro whisperer. And it's crazy because about a month or so ago, Keisha Lance Bottoms, weren't you the victim of racial text messages when they wanted to reopen the economy or reopen the state of Georgia or Atlanta or whatever it was? And people came to your defense, and now you come out and you say something like that? And then she was talking about she saw people with brown liquor bottles, basically Henny. She was talking to black people. Okay? She was talking to black people in her rant. In her mammy rant. As if it wasn't other people out there being destructive. That is one thing that we as black people have to do. We have to call out people when they want to target us in the midst of something going on like this, when it's not just us. Yes, it's us out there, but it's a mixed, diverse crowd. And it's been proven that many of the people out there who are agitators are white. We just exposed one of them, that cop Jacob Peterson, who was walking around in all black with a hammer smashing out the windows of an AutoZone, and he got exposed as a cop. He got exposed by his ex-wife. And there's many more out there, but every time they say rioters and looters, they always have to make it seem like it's just us. It is not just us. And Keisha Lance Bottom, I got a question for you, sister girl. That's what I'm start calling. She is a sister girl. Her, what's her name? It's so many of them that I can't really think of their names. What is her name? Amanda Seals. Hell, you can throw Gabrielle Union in there as well. You know who they are. Vivica A. Fox, the ones that's being all up in the damn shade room. Yes, that's your sister girl. I can tell she's one of those two. Keisha Lance Bottoms. There was a video that went viral where you had this black man and this black woman, who I'm guessing was probably a couple. And I believe they attended Spelman and Morehouse, where they were in their car getting ready to go home. They got surrounded by those terrorists, busted out the windows of the car, hit the girl with the taser, pulled her out of the car, terrorized the boyfriend, busted out the window on his side, shot him with a taser on both sides. You had one that shot a taser on one side and one that shot a taser on the other side, yanked him out of the car, and then slashed his tires. But you want us to go out there and go vote in November for the same guy that created the goddamn 1994 crime bill that got a lot of black men hemmed up. That could easily be your son, and he wouldn't even have to be doing anything. And most of the businesses that are so-called in the community aren't even owned by black people. There was also a video where it was a black man who exposed what these agitators were trying to do when they put a stack of bricks in front of a glass structure. Now, I don't know if this was in Atlanta or not, but he peeped game and he said, I know what they're trying to have us do. But they're not going to call that out. They only want to call out the black people because it's convenient. We are on to your little game. If you're going to call the shit out, you need to call all of it out. And don't leave one stone unturned. This thing is exposing a lot of people's true nature, and I'm so glad that it is. It's unfortunate, however, that it took the loss of a black man's life in such a brutal way for it to happen. We are tired of being silent. This is exactly, like I said, this is exactly why they put women like Keisha Lance Bottoms out there in the forefront. Ever wonder why they never asked the opinion of a black man? You hear my tone right now? They would never put myself up there on the podium like hers, give a platform like hers to say the stuff that I'm saying to you right now. They would never give me that. Or they would cut my mic and go to the next person who will probably get up there and tap dance and buck dance and shuck and jive. Because I refuse to do that. I could never in a million years degrade myself to that level. The shit is ridiculous. And Keisha Lance Bottoms, you know better. You fucking know better. You know it. Her subliminals. The minute she says that they were carrying bottles of brown liquor, I already knew she was talking about Hennessy. And we know black people are huge consumers of that liquor. And she was talking about how they vandalized the CNN building. It wasn't just black people out there. See, the thing is, when it comes to Atlanta, it's become like a haven for black people. So when people think of Atlanta, they think it's a huge black population. And it is a significant amount of black people there. But it wasn't just black people out there. It was a mixed crowd. Now, if she was to say, it was like, talk about a mixed, diverse crowd, okay, we will understand. But when you say it in the way, in the tone that you do, then we know that you're not just talking about everybody, you're talking about us. Even black people have wisened up finally and realized what the hell is going on. The videos are all over social media, but y'all choose to ignore it. I just did a video about a man who claimed that he got attacked by two black men when he tried to say all lives matter, but it got exposed that he was about to take a bow and arrow and start shooting people as if it was deer hunting season. Now, had that video not been out there, they would have just found any two black guys they wanted and hauled them off to jail. And it wouldn't have been hard to do because a lot of people are out there. They just gonna say 1, 2, boom, and that's it. But social media is exposing everything right now. But many of these individuals who are in mainstream media in these fucking politicians choose to overlook it and ignore all of that. Because it doesn't fit their big black boogeyman stereotype, or it doesn't fit the, oh, black people are so violent, or the black people are savages narrative. This right here is what I call the powder keg. The whole world is watching. You got protests going on all overseas. I saw them. The world is watching. And we are sick to goddamn death, to quote Dr. Khalid Muhammad, of all of this falling on us as if we are the only ones. We're not. And you know we're not. But like I said, she took the warrior spirit out of her son when she said that. But if something was to happen, she would be like, oh, I need the protection. Well, how are you going to get protected by someone who you have now emasculated? You can't. I'm like, if you're going to take the warrior spirit out of your son, then you better be prepared to put the warrior spirit that you took out of him and put it in yourself. But we know you're not going to do that. I can tell by her tone she's not going to do that. She would rather be a sitting duck and also allow her son to be one as well. She says we got a pastor down here who can go out there and show you what protesting looks like. Let me guess. The days of civil rights, right? The we shall overcome days, right? That's what it's going to be. That's another entity right there that has fucked this community up, is that goddamn black church. We are trying to move past that, and you're trying to keep us stuck here in neutral. It's like you're too scared to go forward, but you're too scared to go back. Like, I'm gonna need you to pick a struggle. Pick a lane and stay in it. Preferably, hopefully, it's the slow lane and everyone else can go in the fast lane and just zoom right past you. Because we're tired. We are all, as a collective, fed up with the fuckery. We are. It just is what the fuck it is. I didn't even mean to come on here and go into a whole tangent the way that I am. But this shit really, really grinds my gears. I'm sick of black people in particular doing this shit. They always get a black person out there to do this shit. You're destroying your communities. You're destroying your communities. You're destroying your communities. We don't even own a block. Most of us don't even own a block. And I'm not talking about celebrities. I'm talking about your average, everyday person. Like I was mentioning in my Black Wall Street video, we had communities. We had them. Built them from the ground up. On blocks and streets. But guess what happened? They were destroyed by this establishment. Move 1985 had their own sector. What happened? Destroyed. Dropped a bag of C4, a duffel bag of C4. You know how powerful C4 is? And dropped it on the house. And not only did it destroy that house, but it destroyed some of the houses that were next to it that had nothing to do with Move. And when the people tried to get out of there who didn't die in the blast, they shot and killed them. But they're not going to talk about that. But they want to talk about us destroying our quote unquote our own neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods were already destroyed. They're currently being gentrified right now. So really, you got to ask yourself one question, Keisha Lance Bottoms. Are they really our communities? Or are you trying to save the PC community? Because let's be real here. We know where most of your bread and butter comes from. And I can honestly say, I don't think most of it comes from us. Sure, granted, because you're a black face, they most likely voted you in, but I don't think they actually all wholeheartedly contributed to your campaign on a financial level. This is a money thing at the end of the day. And if those quote unquote businesses get destroyed, that's a loss of, that also hurts her budget. Keisha Lance Bottoms' line is that budget. Like many of these other politicians running around out here trying to be the Negro whisperer. Stop destroying your own communities. Y'all kill me with that. That little line doesn't work. That little Jedi mind trick, because that's all it is, does not work on me anymore. It doesn't. I, like many others, are fed up. We have washed our hands of this entire situation. If this thing lasts throughout the summer, so be it. So fucking be it.